All right. Happy Friday, everyone.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, Dan.
Woohoo.
Marla, how are you? You're a new face.
Hi, doing good.
Top of the head, anyways.
Okay.
Welcome back, Isaac.
Morning.
You put any of the stuff we talked about yesterday into good use?
Sure did. Yes, sir. I was on the phone for a couple hours yesterday.
Good. Make some good contacts?
Yeah. Yep. Some old people I know from back home were originally from West Virginia, so know a lot of business people that I got in touch with.
All right. I like it. That's how you build some database stuff, because business owners still buy houses.
Yep.
Forget about the people we know that own businesses, that they're people too, and they got to live somewhere.
Yeah. Plus, I used to manage part of a family-owned business back home, so I have a lot of clients from that business. I mean, it wasn't real estate, but a lot of long-term clients that I still try to keep in touch with and been reaching out to them.
Good, good, good. That's awesome. I heard some dying in the background. How is everyone's week turning out? Are we calling on your leads? Any wins? Any learning opportunities you want to discuss?
I got a quick question. Just because I'm a totally brand new agent and I'm just trying to become as informed as I possibly can be.
Right.
What are some of the most common questions that you get from new clients?
All right, team, let's show them. What are some common questions you get from new clients?
One of the first ones you're always going to get is, well, how's the market?
What's another one you always get?
How's the
Is
neighborhood?
now a good time to buy or sell?
Ricky said, how's the neighborhood? I get that one too. Is now a good time? How's the market? Give me one more. Angela, I know you got one.
Why do I have to pay you a commission?
Ooh, that's a good one. I got a listing appointment today, and the lady's in Texas, and she calls me up. She goes, let's discuss your commission. I was like, let's look at your house first. And she kind of put back on it, and she's like, why? I was like, because I want to see if I want to take the listing or not. Yeah, it was one of those, like, she was trying to bully me into a decision. Like, I'm not a new agent. I don't need your business. I don't need you to give me charities. Like, I'm not taking a 1% listing. You can go shove rocks up a mountain. So when she said that, I was like, okay, cool. Well, let me check out the listing first. But why does that matter? Because if I'm not going to take the listing, my commission doesn't matter. She laughed because she realized that I called her on her shit. But I love the one, how is the market? How is the market, Larry?
The market is great. That's the answer every time.
You'd always say that. You're a realtor.
Well, this market is great. And let me tell you why. And then you get into your market stats.
Perfect.
And so how do I become more informed about our market stats here in Phoenix? Like, what's the...
Oh, Phoenix.
Yeah, he's up in Ellen Gales area, up north in Tempe. So in your MLS, you should have a stats calculator.
Uh-huh.
Like that Ellen can help you pull up.
Okay.
And that's going to give you your average days on market, the average sales price, the current level of inventory. But another thing is talking with your market center and having these conversations and knowing.
Yeah, most agents in your office, I would suggest, being brand new, that you spend a couple hours a day, if not more, in your market center, getting to know some of the other agents. And most market centers have kind of what the JV office and also our Kolb office down here have, as a common area where people can work, make phone calls. And what you'll find is discussions and things that you sit in, you kind of sit like a sponge and absorb what's going on around you. And most of the time, those people will also answer some of these questions that you have. And someone would probably be able to pull up them MLS, because is the Phoenix MLS on Flex like we are here?
No, they're not on Flex. They're on a different version.
Okay, so I was going to say that market statistics tab that's in our Flex now makes it real easy. But someone will be able to show you how to set up on the on how to pull stats pretty quickly. You know, whether it's just one page of something that's a key element or multiple elements. But that's the thing that you can watch weekly, if not even closer to daily. Just to see and learn. Well, some of the first things you're going to talk about right off the top of your head are days on market. In the Tucson market, we're averaging 99.1% of sale price, which means if a house is listed at $100,000, it's selling at 99.1. That's what they call the ratio of listing price to sale price. Because you're going to get people coming in going, well, I want a deal, so I want to offer $10,000 under the list price. Well, if it's a decent house in good condition, it's probably going to sell in 2 or 3 days at market value or close to it, simply because of what's happening in this market in Tucson. I'm not sure if Phoenix is running the same numbers or not, but that's a key element. But getting into your office and just absorbing conversations and things going on around you, I first learned quite a bit just by being in the presence of other agents that were busy and doing phone calls and listening to how they're scripting their phone calls or how they're talking to people on the phone. All of that stuff, it was just like you're sitting in a classroom, but it's actual real-time activity going on around you. Secondly, I ended up getting business out of being in that market center. One time early on, I'm walking around the office, and somebody came into the front desk, and I was the only one there. So guess who got to talk to the couple that came into the front desk? Oh, we're here to talk to somebody about real estate. Here's Larry, real estate agent. Go ahead. Sit down, folks, have a conversation. What can I do for you? What are you looking for? Tell me a little bit about yourselves. Key phrase, tell me a little bit about yourselves. This opens the conversation.
Gotcha.
So Dan, that's
Yes?
a question that has come to my mind over the course of the last couple days. I'm on a different MLS simply because, one, I was in Sierra Vista, and two, it was cheaper. Sorry to say, but at the time, that's what I could afford. Is there some way that you could do for one of the coaching nights or something, do a comparison, pull up an MLS for you guys, and then what we serve is for Armless, and compare the two and where the stats come from? Because that's something I have not ventured into.
Okay. Yeah, let me get with Jay because he's got the access out there. And
Jay?
I'll get with Jay and I'll find out how to show you where to find your stats.
Okay. And that insight from Larry about sitting in the market center, I would love to take advantage of that. I have been up to the one on Kolb several times, and I've seen how active it is in that little center space. That's not the case in Sierra Vista. In Sierra Vista, everybody stays either in their little offices or home. So I never went in because there was nobody there.
We're going to start being out there more as leadership staff. I'm coming out there every other week. They'll be out there on alternating weeks. Heather will be coming out there when she gets her schedule pinned down for tech stuff.
Yeah.
Be surprised what happens when we start showing up and I'm sitting in the bullpen working on stuff that's just random work, where agents start coming in, asking questions and building that. So it's going to be a culture change for Sierra Vista. It's the sleepy little town that we're going to come wake up. And being around that, Tess, is you are at a disadvantage being out in that market center where you don't have the mass of our company like we have here at JV and KLP.
Yeah.
But that's why we have this important morning huddle where it is scripts and role play. It is mindset. It is coaching. It is ramp up. It is your morning dive in where you can talk a little bit about business. You can learn a little bit from those that are doing it in different areas. You can learn some scripts. So it's no different than sitting around. You just don't get to, high five each other in person.
Yeah. Well, for instance, like Lisa sent out the email, was it yesterday or day before, that had something about the MLS SAZ change something. And I was asking her if those same changes were applicable across the board for MLS in Arizona or just for you guys. And she said, no, every board and every MLS is different. Well, then what happens with, I mean, this is not a criticism. It's just my thought process is when our broker is in a huge metropolitan, metroplex like Tucson, but we're represented down in Sierra Vista on a completely different MLS, then when those pieces of information comes out, it needs to be, hey, this applies to you guys, but doesn't apply to you guys, or hey, if you guys down there are not on this one, here's where you need to check to see what applies to you guys. You know what I'm saying? Because I had to ask that question of her.
Yeah, I'll make sure we get that a little bit more ironed in. What she's talking about is the showing time that's coming into the MLS here in Tucson.
Yes, that's what it was.
Showing time is only in large metroplexes because of how advanced a system it has to be. It has to be adopted by everybody in that MLS, and it can't just be broker to broker. So it just took forever. Phoenix adopted it first because Phoenix has like 25,000 agents, a little bit bigger than us, just a tad. So I got you there, but Tess, when it comes to documents, they're all the same. That's an AAR thing. So those would be the changes, but the small subtle changes like that showing time stuff, yeah, I'll talk to Lisa and see if we can't get it a little bit more lined in so that you guys aren't confused with the, rollouts that don't qualify or affect you.
Well, and I know that there's a lot of the agents that are multi-subscribed, like they're Tucson and Armless or whatever the differences are and all that stuff. But that's not in my budget right now, so. Okay.
I like the idea, because when I first started, coming from property management, we were all about numbers. I knew my numbers, my charts and graphs, I knew them like the back of my hand. But I also knew where to get them really easily. And I think when I started, I would have loved just even a small little checklist that just said, where to go for your stats. Because to me, stats is knowledge, and it makes us look so much more professional and, of course, knowledgeable when we know off the top of our head, we just know how many days on market. Now I know more just because I've looked around a little bit and we figured it out. But I think in the very beginning, it would be really nice if there was something just concrete, like in our welcome packet to Keller Williams, that just kind of showed us how to get there.
I can show you real quick, and we've talked about it a bunch on the Aaron Wilson stats class. So if y'all want to take a dive down that train, we can.
The what class?
Aaron Wilson talks about stats. He does a stats class once a month.
It's in our team meeting.
Yeah, we go over it. It's in our all partners meetings. So look out for the emails for that. It's once a month. I don't know.
It's usually the third week, I think.
Third Wednesday of the month.
What really helped me too was going into the TAR office. Do you all have something similar than Tucson?
Here, that's the other weird thing is that our regional association is in Chandler.
Yeah, Armless is all.
The we serve is like Maricopa decided that for some odd reason that our huge remote county was better served by them than TAR. How that registered, I do not know.
Well, right now TAR is offering, because of the COVID, everything is online, webinars and seminars. So possibly yours is too, instead of going to Chandler. And I
Yeah,
know they have
pretty
an
much.
excellent series, really getting in deep about the MLS and teaching you, how to pull up the market stats, different things like that. So that was very helpful for me.
Yeah, I was
You
going
can
to
do it
take
at your
one of
own
those
pace.
classes, and I actually was going to sign up for one of the classes that Weimar offered specifically on CMA, and Arizona was one of like 4 states that particular course wasn't continuing education credits. So it's like, what?
Well,
it's part of your job to know this stuff.
yeah, but even if it's not continuing education credits, I still take the classes too.
Well, yeah, but I couldn't afford it at the time.
All right,
Most of them are free.
I'm going to put this link up there for you. If
Yeah,
you're
most of them are free.
on that, you got statistics page. It's easy searchable through Armless. I just typed in Google Armless statistics and check the link I put on there. So we're going to move on from that topic. But that's a good starting point. Know your numbers. Thank you for asking that question, Isaac. Where do you get your information? Google. There's a link in there for you to check on. I'm sure through your portal you'll have access a little bit better, and they make it a really neat report. So it is nicer actually than the Tucson one. So check it out.
All right, thanks, man.
No problem. All right. Anything else we want to touch on, or anything specific we want to work on today? What do you need help with going into the weekend? What do you want to supercharge your business with? Silence. That's good. You guys are taking the weekend off. Nice. Can your business afford that?
I'm backing up. Go ahead.
Oh,
Go ahead,
I
Anthony.
also quick wanted to just mention this. I came across a person that wanted to use an organization called the Modern Day Agent. I don't know if any of you've heard of it. I ended up Googling it and I found the website and I listened to her little spiel. Basically, she does a 0.5% commission. And so this morning, I just I listened to her little spiel that she gave because I wanted to see, well, what is it that she does that's so special? She pretty much talks about everything we do. She's all about MLS. She's all about taking care of, all the paperwork, all the docs. And, she points out that she answers her phone all the time. She kind of like digs at other agents that, don't answer their phone basically. And I guess my question is, it kind of undermines what we're doing. Because something has to give. If you're only doing 0.5%, how is she paying for marketing? How is she paying the broker?
Is this in the Tucson market?
I don't know if she's just Tucson. I know she is Tucson for sure because one of my nurturers is actually considering going with her. So I just, I don't get it, how she can do it and they're still going to get the great customer service and all the marketing. And how does she get paid if she just keeps pounding it in? It's only 0.5%.
Maybe it's a 0.5% commission. Is there a service fee? Because that's what you look at, like Redfin, Open Door, all those things are like no commission, but there's a convenience fee and a service fee.
Well, she says in there that there's certain fees that there are not. She doesn't cover. I really want to just call and pretend I'm a buyer or a seller because I really want to know, like, there's got to be something that you have to pay. There's no way she's surviving. And she's like, oh, I've been doing this for over 5 years. Over in Arizona, there's over 48,000 realtors and I'm 96. And there's got to be something that I'm missing. So I feel like I need to pretend I'm a for sale by owner and I need to call her. Because I need to shut her down.
I do all the negotiations, which means you can't even negotiate yourself 6%. How are you going to negotiate me on a good deal? It's a My Home Group deal. So the 0.5% listing. So that barely covers the sign cost.
I know. I'm
The modern way to do real estate. Hi, I'm Karen Nelson, modern day agent with My Home Group.
You can't even properly light yourself in a video. I'm done with her. I'm out. Okay.
Yeah, the problem is people are stupid. The public doesn't know the difference between what she just said there and what reality is.
No,
It's on us to educate. That's the discount brokerage and what they do and don't do. Like, that's the thing. And that's one great line. You guys remember this. If she can't even negotiate a fair commission on her end, how is she going to fight for your financial standings on your house?
She has to be charging fees somewhere.
right?
So
I'm gonna find out.
mystery
I'll
shop.
let you go next week.
And that would be good to find out, especially if she's your competition. That way, if you do have buyers that say, well, you know, so-and-so is only doing 0.5%, you can say, well, yes, but she's doing this amount of fees regardless of the price of the house. So, you know, at least my commission's based on the selling price, something like that. So, you know.
I love her website. When you sign up with me, you get me, not a team where no one is really responsible. You get me. I write the contracts. I do all the negotiations. Actually, that's not a positive thing.
Thank you. I'm like, I want a team.
As an independent agent, I don't know. I'm not bashing on teams at all. As an independent agent, do you guys have a team?
Of course.
Who's your team, Teresa?
Well, you, Robin, Hope, Larry, I mean, Jesse, I have a team. Everybody that, Jay, I mean, people that support me, encourage me, and help me when I need it. I mean, everybody needs a team. She sounds kind of yeah, she sounds like a narcissist.
So we found our scripting on today. We're going to do a little bit of it. It's how do you overcome that objection when someone says, I'm going to go with this discounted broker.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Have you ever purchased something from a discount place before? What made it discounted? Who
Lack of
typically
service.
shops at those places?
It's usually the service that you get.
Yeah.
Right. So,
You get what you pay for.
You do. You get what you pay for. I agree.
you want a nice romantic dinner at McDonald's, you get what you pay for.
And then it goes back in line. If I can show you a way I can help you net more money,
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't that be worth 15 minutes of your time? And that's when you need to know your numbers. Know what your listings in the past, and if you don't have listings of your own, go for your teams, your market center, your brokerage. On average, I sell houses in 13 days for 102% of my list price. I have saved my clients X thousands of dollars. I have made my clients X thousands of dollars. That's an impressive number, right? If you've got 10 listings that you sold and you've helped your clients make $10,000 on each listing, I've helped my clients make over $100,000. It's $10,000 per listing. It's not bad. It's a small little $180,000 listing, whatever. But you can say that. It's all in how you present things. We talked about negotiation a while back, a couple of days ago. We did a little Zoom call on it. And one of the P's in negotiation is your presentation. That's the final P. Prepare, position, present. God, Isaac, you're going to love Ignite. And those of you who haven't gone through Ignite, ooh, buddy.
Yeah, I actually just started the very first video last night. I was up pretty late last night watching that, and that was, I mean, absolutely phenomenal. Those guys are absolutely amazing. So yeah, I'm super excited to get through that.
Yeah, so if you guys haven't learned by now, I teach the negotiation point of that. It's just something I'm very passionate about. And one of the strongest things you need to know about your negotiation is how you present it. Know your audience. If you got somebody that's going after a discount broker, what are they trying to do? Answer.
Well, they're trying to save money.
Trying to save money. Why? What's important about a discount broker versus a traditional agent?
From
They
a buyer's
think they're gonna make
perspective,
more
I think they're going to save money.
It comes down to saving money, and we can turn that into netting more money, making more money. They
Yeah.
want to take more money home.
We can show that by marketing and having the technology and resources, we can market it better, sell it faster, and they can net more money.
Right. Can they claim to do that at My Home Group?
Well, they'll probably make the claim, but then you know the question becomes how back that up.
It's the same reason Kia came into the car game, because they came after Chevrolet. You know what Chevrolet did? They laughed. Kia decided they were going to try to make a truck once. Do you guys know that?
Yes.
Does Kia have a truck?
No.
Shit, Honda has a truck. Kinda. And it's designed to be the discount truck. And there's some people out there that drive them. But let's look at the mass. What's the number one best-selling pickup truck in America?
Ford F-150.
Ford F-150. For 54 years running, Ford F-150, like a rock. Whatever, I don't fucking know. They blend them all together. But that's the thing is discount brokers are always going to be at your heels. They're always going to be coming after you because they're always going to pitch to the people that are just looking for a deal. Going out of business, come see me. I'm selling houses cheap. They're going to grab somebody that's like, I'm in a bad place. I need to sell my house. I'm going to go use somebody that's cheap. Every one of us has a bad experience with a discount, some kind of wholesale, a clearance place where it seemed great on the surface, but then afterwards you had massive buyer remorse, right? How do we turn that into a story we can tell?
One quick thing, just can you explain to me a little bit, because this particular person, her answer to everything is that she's so worried about capital gains. She has to pay capital gains
No.
on this house or something.
No. You need to tell her stop.
Yeah.
You as an individual, you can net up to $250,000 before you have to get into any kind of tax implications or what have you. Tell her to talk to her tax accountant, or just tell her no, there is no such thing as capital gain unless she's in a weird situation that she's not the direct owner. If there's like a LLC or a trust or something like that may be in there, but that's. I would challenge her to double check her situation and her position, or just look at the prelim and see how the ownership is written, or how it's it's in there. You could probably even get most of that information off the CRS. But no, there's it's the standard real estate. There's no. I'm sorry, I'm big on this because we deal with capital gains in Mexico in a huge way. But in the States, an individual, I think the limit's 250, isn't it, Dan? Yeah. So they can net literally 250,000. She owns the house outright, sells it for 240,000. There's no tax on that sale.
Her house, she's trying to sell it for $529,000.
Okay. And what does she owe anything on it?
I'll have to double check with her. I've talked to her so many times, and I don't.
Okay,
I don't think she does, but I feel like it's owned by the family. I feel like there's more than just her.
Well, again, if it's a family trust or whatever, again, it's either if it gets into something more of a rat's nest like that, have her talk to her tax person.
Okay.
But if there's two owners or three owners, again, I think the number might go up again, tax person. But on the surface, anybody who sells real estate, not land, homes, that can that you can net after all your expenses and everything. If the final bottom line is 250 or less, there's no tax, no personal income tax on it. But if she's talking capital gains, there is something else going on there.
Okay.
You can find out on CRS if it's in a trust or not.
Yeah, when you're in the listing, go to the tax info page.
Okay.
The little tab that says tax info, that's called the CRS, and you right down on the right hand side, not far from the top, you're going to see who or what owns it. Is it the Smith Family Trust, or is it Jane Smith?
Yeah, and you can actually go in, if you open up your MLSS AZ portal, you can go straight to CRS from that. You don't even have to go in through FlexMLS.
True. Yeah, when you, instead of clicking on FlexMLS in the upper left, go through all those icons. One of them is CRS.
Yeah.
So if it isn't a trust, that could be why she's concerned about capital.
Yes, there may be something there, but then again, you have to find out, okay, how, have your tax accountant look at this. And if you sell at this price, what's the hit? But if there's capital gains tax, sorry, there's capital gains tax. You're going to deal with it at some level. Then talk to your tax person about how to make that picture look best.
Okay. Cool. Makes sense.
That was a good rabbit hole to go down.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry.
I know. I talk too
like
much.
it.
I
No,
talk too much.
there's passion in there, so he's absolutely right. Be the source of the source. Don't say, no, you're not going to pay capital gains. But you know what? There might be a situation where you're not going to have to pay capital gains. I'd recommend that you reach out to your accountant. Ask that question to your tax professional, and I will help you navigate that. Because I bet this, MDA agent's not going to have that insight.
Yeah, they're going to go capital gains tax. What's that?
Capital gains. I'm never gonna bag on somebody for trying to make an opportunity for themselves and set themselves aside. If you come for my food, prepare to be fought with, kind of thing. And unfortunately for you guys, y'all's food is my food too, because I care about you. You're my pack. You're my dogs. You're my wolves. Whatever. I will fight for you too. So I get real upset when people try to come for us. And because we're the biggest, Keller Williams Southern Arizona, we're the largest in the world. Keller Williams Realty International. We're massive. We're awesome. We're big, red, we're scary. People think we're more expensive. People think that we have exorbitant fees on there just because we're that big. They don't know we got that big by doing business right. Let's show them that. Let's show them that we do business right, and we are the number one choice. You got another agent that's thinking about using a discount broker? Here's a good line for you. Write this down. X is a blank choice. X is going to be a great number 2. Let me show you why I should be number 1. You know what? That half listing agent, that's not a bad deal for a second option. Let me show you why I should be your first. Long Realty is not a bad second option. Let me show you why I should be your first. Selling on your own, not a bad second option. Let me show you why I should be your first. You see how that is? You know what? Before you make up your mind, let me show you why I should be your first option. Before you make up your mind, let me show you how you can make more money. Before you make up your mind, let's sit down and go over how Keller Williams can serve you better. Stand on the shoulders of giants, guys. I don't care how new you are in this business or if you're still wet behind the ears because you just got out of school. Stand on the shoulders of giants. Let those around you be your sounding board. Well, my brokerage sold 400 deals last month. What'd you do? So,
Good stuff.
Oh, you're still laughing at that test? The A in Zillow is for accurate?
I say that now sometimes just to see if I can get a giggle out of people.
Yeah. Oh, how much, what do you want to sell your house for? Well, my Zestimate says it's worth $250. Oh, that's great. I love Zillow. Did you know the A in Zillow is for accurate? Oh, really? And then they're like, oh. Give it a shot, guys. We didn't do a whole lot of scripting today, just kind of some stuff to wind down, but let's get yourselves into the shoes of bigger agents, and that's all just asking the right questions, asking more powerful questions, and giving yourself the opportunity to sit down in front of them. Before they make up their mind, they need to sit and talk with you, right? Come from that frame of mind. Larry, before we make up your mind, I think we need to sit and talk. Angela, before you make a decision to go to that discount broker, let me show you why Keller Williams should be your number 1 choice. And you stand on the shoulders of the Stratton Group.
Yeah. Pete and Angie all day long.
Massive.
Are we going to have an in-house Ignite class starting at KLP soon?
August. It's not going to be at KLP. We're going to do all main trainings here at JV. Sorry.
Travel. A little more travel. It's worth it.
It's worth it. Don't worry. It's worth
Might
it.
as well go to Chandler. I'm just kidding.
Chandler?
Is there Ignite stuff online for the new Ignite that we can do?
There is Ignite online, and I started it like right before.
Is it the new?
fall.
Is it the Ignite 2.0 or is it the?
Yeah, well, maybe, I don't know if it's just my login, but when I logged in, it showed me that there was a labs open for it. So go to mykw.kw.com. At the top of the page, click Education. And then from there, you can
I just went to KW University or whatever, and it was there. I don't know. Is there an Ignite 2.0? See, I don't even know what's. I am just trying to find whatever I can. So I don't know.
This is the.
Oh yeah, okay. I have it too. Yeah.
Yeah, right there.
Pretty cool stuff. You can go through participant guide, facilitator resources. That's the answer sheets. You can see all the cool little.
Yeah.
A day in the life of an agent. Fuel your career. These are all good stuff. They retooled it all, so it's all going to be very much about the command, the new technologies, the new system. So, in a word, yes, Tess, you're right. In a word, awesome. So we are going to start teaching that live in August 1. Actually, later today, I get the joy of sitting down with the entire leadership staff, and we're going to discuss how this is going to roll out and how it's going to look. So pretty cool stuff coming out, guys. It is now 8:37. I have taken up a little bit more of your time than needed, but I think you guys are well prepared for a great weekend. Go out there and do something good. If you got friends up on the mountain in close by, they did redraw the evacuation map, so reach out to them. This is a great time for caring. If you can help. If you can't, pray, whatever. So we appreciate you. Thank you for being with us and hanging out.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Have a good weekend, everybody.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Bye, guys.